All clear. Boo! Again? Ah! No! Yes! Flea zip! And you're next!
What's up everyone, Sag here, and today I've actually started playing Ranked again. That's right, we're playing on Pack 4 Smelly, my highest ever rated account. I think it was almost 2100, I was like 2080 or 2090, something like that. And I stopped playing Ranked for a while, but we are back into it here with the golden MOTD up. I thought it would be best to try to run some games and figure out how to play the pack a little bit again. Unfortunately, it's much harder to find people playing Pack 4 in Ranked, especially at higher elo, where, like, the games actually feel a bit more real. So I was just playing, basically trying to make sure I knew how to play the pack. It's a little bit different now. Usually I would hate the Bulldog Cone Snail start, but I think Bulldog is actually pretty decent with the 1 extra health, so I wasn't really afraid to take it. As well as you could see that I just took a random Pied Tamarin. It's a 2-2 now, which I think is just pretty solid. It's actually really, really solid tempo. So before, when, what the fuck? What just happened? Okay, that was a little weird. Maybe don't pause while I'm combining. Anyways, what was I talking about? So yes, getting back into Pack 4, trying to climb back up to the leaderboard. I think I started slightly under 1800 because that's where you basically get decayed to. And I lost a bunch of games when I first started trying to relearn stuff because I felt like I would just play like I did originally, which was a lot of scaling, a lot of baboon, a lot of sea lion. And so I was getting back into the run of things. I probably fell around to about 1750. And then that's kind of like where my real climb started. So this first game that I'm showing off to you is against Pack 3, of course. And I feel like Pack 4 does pretty decent against Pack 3 because of weakness. I kind of wanted to do this whole thing to basically give you like the rundown, the lowdown on how Pack 4 is played. And I think it's roughly the same, except instead of leading into more scaling, you're only leading into more tempo. And what is tempo, you ask? I say it a lot, usually when I'm playing games. Tempo is like, you want to be as strong as possible for the turn that you're on. And that means flea is super good because weakness is super good. High tempo units, beta fish, African penguin gives you a lot of attack. We've got stuff like lizard, mostly summons. Summons are very, very big tempo. However, they can be kind of crushed by, rhino, iguana, flycatcher, stuff like that. So Pack 3 definitely has ways to deal with it. I'm kind of going nutso right here. I get double PDF on turn 5. This has been my major game plan playing so far, is I think like most, if not all of my games, I have stats to back this up too, so after we go through these games, I'm gonna show you my stats. I always want flea, I always want PDF, and if not PDF, then Cobra is fine because they're relatively the same. And I always want slug. And if not slug, then I have beluga, and I can put slug inside of beluga, or something akin to that. I can also do osprey. Osprey is basically just as good as slug, a tier sooner, but that means you do have to have your your PDF all the way in the back. So you can see I'm pretty set up here. I bought a flea on turn 7. I'm buying fleas as early as turn 3 and as late as turn 13. I think it is so incredibly strong. It's kind of unbelievable. And at this point, we're looking kind of weak. He's got starfish on 7, and that was when I was pretty worried I would not be able to win this game. I get him down to 2, though, so he's pretty close to scam range. It's kind of hard to scam on Pack 4. But with this PDF flea slug scenario that I've been doing, almost all of my games have this. I would roughly say over half of my games have like some variation of flea PDF slug. or beluga, or cobra, whatever it may be. And now he's getting real scary here, right? He sold his starfish. He's got a lot of stats. But this is kind of where PDF comes in clutch, PDF Flea, because you are able to take out a lot of their stats because of the weakness, because of all of that. And also, we're looking pretty hefty here. I straight up skip Secretary Bird. I've been skipping a lot more Secretary Birds. Because, like, if they're going full scaling, there's no way I'm going to be able to catch up to that. Maybe I could with the slugs. Ends up buying a Trike on turn 9 and buffing it, of course, with Orang Guru. And that's a really good thing for him, because my PDFs are just gonna hit it quite a bit. Get the Beluga in. Get a Durian in. That's going to be good. I kind of just needed it. Needed something on it. Yeah, save a chocolate cake. I might put Warthog inside of Beluga or something like that. So I'm thinking about sharing some more of my ranked progress. I'm thinking that could be pretty neat. This guy scares me so bad. The Mimic Octo is incredibly hard to deal with. We're able to tie here just barely. So stuff like Rhino, Mimic Octo, Leopard, anything that can take out my small stuff, we're going to have a huge problem dealing with. And at this point, it looks kind of over. He might be at 2 life, but he is scaling. No, dude, and now he even got Lemon out of, what's it called? Starfruit? So, like, the perfect counter to PDF. Isn't it block 7? Yeah, it's the perfect counter. Accidentally changes his Mimic Octo into a Sea Urchin, which might have costed him the game. I actually don't think I can win this round either. Maybe it didn't cost him the game then. I was hoping it costed him a round, which would make me win. But now this is looking real scary. I even get the chocolate on Flea and go straight to chocolate cake, because I am going to need to hit 3 things. And look at that! He fucking starfruits into a PETA. The second worst thing for me. He's got lemon PETA now. I'm gonna need my weakness to put in a lot of work. So yeah, another good thing about chocolate cake is that I don't have to, like, waste time. It just immediately goes off, and then all of my other stuff can start going off. We're gonna lose this round again, and it is looking tough for me. I feel like I probably played this game wrong. I probably did quite a few things wrong, but I was really trying to push the limits of this tempo theory. If I could just tempo as hard as possible, and then scam them with this same build. Chocolate cake Warthog, still absolutely fantastic. We need to get rid of this lemon, like, at all costs. I think, like, the best he could do is, like, position around all my shit. And he's doing that right now. This level on Flea is going to be game-changing, as I don't pick it up. I mean, the level 3 Beluga, level 3 Beluga into Warthog is also kind of insane. So it just gives me way more stats to work with. Ends up getting Breadstick, which does take away my chocolate cake, which is pretty bad. But that sucker's huge. I'm off by 1 HP. We're both off by 1 HP. But now this is way bigger. Again, I'm down to 1 here, right? I'm going to lose this. And this is where I thought all hope was lost. Incoming level 3 Flea. We actually switched to Sea Urchin, so it takes the breadstick from there, and I'm able to get the level 3 trigger off of here, and this is where stuff really starts to change around for me. So fuck the Durian, we don't care, we're getting like the 10 reduced from the Sea Urchin anyways. Finally, we're able, so the Sea Urchin going first takes these 2 down, which means Flea always hits the ones with Lemon and PETA, which is super fucking important for me. We get all these stats. Fuck the cherry, I don't care. And now at this point, now that we have a level 3 PDF, like, we're doing real damage. 15 damage per snipe, I get like 4 of them. That's real. And now we're down to the 1v1. I really can't do much here. I'm kind of maxed out. Like, maybe I could have sold my Sea Urchin, but then I would have had to put a new perk on it, and it makes things awkward. I was just hoping that I could get away with this. and just watch it. Switches to the front fossa to make sure that he always gets his value. Doesn't matter, I still hit the lemon. That's super important. We get to double trade with the level 3 hog. 23 is enough to trade here, and then by this point, you're already dead, brother. And we're actually able to scrape away a turn 16 win with this build. And at this point, I was like, wow, this might be kind of good, especially with him having all those rolls, all those stats, breadstick, ammonite, all of it. I was like, wow, I gotta try this more. So I'm gonna run through another game here, and then we're gonna go over my 20 game history, basically, of what it's been looking like for me. But you can already catch a little glimpse here of what I've been doing. This was the other game, I think. No, this was against P. Diddler. It's kind of hard to go through because all of the games just have like flea, PDF, slug. What was the game I even wanted to show? This one I used a cobra instead. We still end up losing sometimes, but I think overall it's looking pretty good. Here we go. This was the game I wanted to show off. It's against Shlif, an old-time Super Auto Pets community member. He was super, super good back in the day, but I do not think he's basically returning. I don't think he knows much about Pack 4 because it kind of felt that way. I think if I was playing against somebody who knew Pack 4, I probably would have been crushed. But this is what happens when you don't know how to just shart on this pack, basically. So I've also been forcing a lot of Pied Tamarin. I think Pied Tamarin's actually nasty at a 2-2 stat line. A lot of the time you can still end up tying or winning one of the first rounds, which is super fucking important, right? And then when you do get your flea, like flea and Pied Tamarin work together, easy work with the cherry. I think Pied Tamarin's actually just kind of goated, and I'll keep him a lot longer than you might expect. This time around, probably not, because it's only level 1. Always on the lookout for level 2 if I can get him. I do a little switcheroo here. I want my biggest guy in front. When you're playing against Pack 1, you normally want a huge guy to attack on turn 3, because if they get camel and they put some amount of health on it, it is really hard to deal with. You're just going to get farmed. This way I deal with this. Sea Urchin could have been fine in front too, but normally 6 health. So if they had double duck, now we're getting into like the real weeds of it. If they had double duck and they sell onto a camel, it becomes a 3-6, right? Because it's a 3-4 normally. So you normally want something with 6 attack in front. Sea Urchin is usually good to stop the camel, but I still would have like fed with it basically. So I was just thinking, let's get the trade-off there. And so he's starting with I would say this is bad. This is a bad build to go against Pack 4, because you don't want to get tempoed out. Going Dodo, Swan, Giraffe is really slow. So you're going to lose a lot of the early rounds. Normally, like, Pack 1 has the capability of losing a lot of rounds and then just being able to come back with stuff like Snail and Rabbit and Rhino and all that good stuff. This time around, Shlif doesn't really do that. I'm able to get a pretty nice thing here with Manatee Osprey. So we're going to go for a little bit of scaling. I am slightly worried, of course, because I know he's building up this Dodo. Of course he's going to get garlic on it. So I'm going to need to be able to trade with my Osprey. I did it a little wrong here. Thankfully, I'm not punished for it. We're still able to win the round. And this is kind of where I want to be. You know, turn 6, I'm on 6 lives, they're on 3. I've got a lot of things I can do. That is crazy. Now, that is unbelievable to... Let's just rewind and watch that again. So right now, Cockatoo is incredibly strong, right? Buy, give the highest tier friend 2-2. This is like a 2 gold pair, right? And you would buy that almost guaranteed all the time. It's a little different here because I have Manatee. It's just going to take out the health anyways. And what I was planning to do was just hit a banana instantly or hit another Manatee and then go from there. So I just end up skipping it. Because you know what I want more than that? You know what I want more than every other pet in this game is Flea, dude. I think I ended up buying this baboon just so I can hit the lettuce here. And that's good. I would have ripped the flea, done the same thing. And this way I can get a few more stats on my osprey. I can just get rid of baboon, right? Trade out this first one here, and then put in a flea whenever I want. I don't think baboon or what's his name, sea lion are okay. Well, baboon's definitely a lot worse. I think sea lion's still pretty solid. Right, it was like a 1-1 stat line reduce. Nobody really cares that much. You really wanted all the attack and health that you could get from it. But Baboon going to a 1-1 instead of a 1-2 is kind of big. Right, it has a higher base stat at like a 2-3, but a 1-1 is just, you can't go throughout the whole game and rely on this guy anymore. Unless you get it to level 3 pretty quickly. So here we're going to get a beluga. That's my fucking guy, dude. If I'm not using slug, I'm using beluga. And we're going to rip this avocado. I'm going to freeze this chocolate cake. If I can hit a pretty fanciful tier 5 here, I will. Manatee's just going to have to go, right? Not much you can do about it. Didn't find a new one. Didn't find a banana. Or at least I didn't think I did. But I would have gotten a monkey there. I think monkey's still great on pack 4. Because, of course, the scaling is worse now, right? Baboon, sea lion is objectively worse. Therefore, monkey, manatee, crane is better. Yeah, and I would have just probably buffed this front osprey with it. I have 6 lives, so I would have been free to do it. This I kind of get, he kind of fucks me a little bit. The one time I don't, like, I don't know why I position this way either, because I really should have just had one of these behind sea urchin. It just makes sense. I think I lose either way because I just get farmed by the dodo. And he's starting to look pretty scary now. He's got double level 2, he's got the snails, he's got swan. And this is like how most people play pack 1, or like pack 1 mirrors. In pack 1 mirrors, I think I'm fucked. Like, it would be so hard to deal with this. I'd need scorpion, I would need, or like my own dodo. I don't even know if rhino could cut it. I would need like some big dog melon shenanigans or something. Turkey, something like that. I'm skipping baboons here because I don't care. I only want one thing, baby. And there he is, my PDF. And I could have done it. I could have chocolate caked my beluga just to get another osprey in. Wasn't a big fan because the only thing I really want is slug. This will be fine too because I can level and then immediately put like whatever is going to be, whatever I get out of here. So a warthog is what I want the most of. But I would do a G-Shep. I would do something like that. We play it a lot better here. I'm able to take some stuff out. We're going to lose. I don't have flea. Like if you are not actively looking for flea, you're probably just losing. Right? Because if I have flea, I'm probably winning these rounds, which is kind of crazy to think about. Huge warthog pull. And there's flea. And you know what I'm going to do on turn 9 is sell this baboon and buy this flea. And I'm going to freeze the chocolate cake. Because, well, maybe I don't. I think I will. Because I can position in a way to take out this turtle and then get the full value on flea. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right? This is a huge play here. Give me that. I was even thinking about freezing Emu at the time because I was like, he's at 2 lives. Maybe I could like super scam him. And this is how I know that shlif has no idea about pack 4. If I have PDF already with the osprey, with the sea urchin, you best believe I'm looking for the flea, and you never pill turtle. Never. If you pill turtle while you're going against pack 4, I think you're bad. I'm just going to say, I think you're bad. And so now I can easily clear. Like, I get the weakness here. I'm able to take that out. And that's all she wrote. For a tie. As soon as I get the chocolate cake on flea, though, I'm going to be chilling. I get a level 2 PDF here. Oh, baby. And you know I'm creaming right now. And this is actually very similar to the setup versus pack 3. I had a sea urchin, I had a beluga, I had a flea, I had a PDF. The only thing I didn't have was an osprey. And so I'm using this osprey kind of like a slug. So I think it is just as good. Oh yeah, and now since he pilled, I am free to do whatever I want here with the flea, right? I should have positioned this differently. Again, I should have broke this melon. But that's fine. A little bit of buffoonery. Level 2 PDF, like I'm straight chilling now because we're dealing 8 damage to this shit. He's at 1. All I have to do is scam. And realistically, I feel like the thing he needed to do most was just buy a rhino. Literally none of this. You already have a huge dodo, just buy a rhino. Because then I have to like start buying potatoes and like start positioning around stuff again, and it is so much harder to deal with. This is a cakewalk. Like I wasn't worried at all. Look at that. Oh, I thought I was gonna put that on sea urchin. I'm thinking I could still replace this. I don't know for what. Oh, I got the hiccups a little. And a rare onion. You don't be seeing onion a whole lot, now do you? Probably could have changed this position too, but I wanted sea urchin to go off first. Again, I think it was still sea urchin front to break out this melon so I could trade with warthog more effectively. Because then, yeah, they go down one. I miss out on a bunch of triggers here. That's fine though. We're gonna come back in the next one. I got lives, baby. I got lives. And at this point, I'm not too worried about Rhino either, because I do have double chocolate cake. They're just gonna die before Rhino can even hit me. I'm gonna switch off here. Level 3 flea, I mean, is fucking beautiful. There's nothing more you could want. And I do actually, I think, I go to myself, he's not gonna do anything. Like, he's not gonna fucking throw a croc in. He's not gonna throw a dolphin in. He's not gonna do anything, right? He's just gonna keep playing. So I'm gonna throw an emu in. And, yeah, throw a banana on it, because I don't need protection. And we're gonna have, like, the full everything. We get flea, we get beluga, we get osprey, PDF, emu. The only thing that'd be better if this osprey was a slug, because we do have like a weird interaction with this, but thankfully my onion fixes that for us. Ooh, and now you get hit, don't ya? Now you get hit. And at this point, that's all she wrote. I have been playing this variation of build quite a bit. I'll tell you, quite a bit. And I think it's very, very good. So now that I've showed you those two games and I won them, let's go over some stats. From the beginning, these are the past 20 games that I've played. I've probably played at least like 30 or 40 because I lost a bunch of the first ones, like getting back into it. But this is what I have, and this is a little table that I built. So there's 19 Pack 4 games here, excluding this one, right? Because it was, they just left immediately. So out of these 19 Pack 4 games, 17 of them had flea. 17 of them. That is crazy, right? When you say, oh, you can't force a build, it is feeling very forcible. 3 of the 19 games, or basically 3 of the 17 flea games, 3 of them had chocolate cake, which is like, if I didn't find an early enough flea, which is normally something you can do, you just throw a chocolate cake flea in towards the end, and you can do some serious damage, you know, like turn 11, turn 12, or whatever, because it's a level 2. Or sometimes I have to do what I did there, where I have a flea for a while. No, I had chocolate cake on it like the whole time. Did I show you 2 games that had chocolate cake flea? I think I did. It's just good. But most of the time, I normally put banana on it. Sometimes if I get it early, I'll put a cherry on it. Sometimes if I'm cheeky, I'll put a tomato on it. Right? But it is like, you'll always see that, like, that variation. Sometimes a durian. It's normally what has to happen in that game for me to get better odds of winning, of course. In 10 of my 19 games, I had PDF, Poison Dart Frog, and I think in 1 or 2 of them, I had a cobra instead, and I think I only had cobra because I had a sea lion or like a secretary bird or something. In 11 of the 19 games, I had slug, which is actually wild, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't use this guy. I think he is unbelievable if you're already going for flea PDF. Just pick that guy up. Right? He's great tempo, and he works with like Musk Ox too. In a few of these games, I had Musk Ox, and then you use it to pivot into PDF. Or you keep both PDF and Musk Ox, and then you can run like both Beluga and Slug and Flea. It works out pretty well. In 8 of the 19 games, I had Beluga, and in 4 of the 19 games, I had both Beluga and Slug, and I think in 1 or 2 of them, I also had Beluga or a Slug in Beluga and Slug and PDF. So it was kind of wild. And And then I have like this little section down here just to show you. So normally I would be going for Secretary Bird. That's how I used to play Pack 4 because it was a tier 4. Now it's a tier 5. So stuff is a little bit different. I'm using a bit more flying fish, and look at this, a bit more emus. Yep, some emu comes in when you're going for PDF. Who would have guessed? Or Cobra. So now most of the things I want are PDF, slug, flea, all on tier 4 still. There's less pets on tier 4, so you have a higher chance of hitting it. And now it feels like I don't really need Secretary Bird if I'm going this line, right? Especially if I get like emu or something. Now I still run Secretary Bird if it's given to me, of course. We even get a little bit of flying fish action in here. I'm trying to think of one like German Shepherd too. Like I don't even know if I need Secretary Bird if I have a German Shepherd, because it feels like that the flea is already putting in so much work that, like, even, yeah, this is just like a base, basically a base stat level 2 German Shepherd. Let's see if I go to the final. We'll look at a couple final matches here, maybe, and see what happened. So this, again, was against Pack 3. Ooh, he kills a lot of my shit. What's in this beluga, though? Oh, it's a warthog. Level 3 warthog with flying fish. That's my fucking goat. Yeah, and this one is looking a little more free than the last one. I get to steal a Mimic Octo, which is super cool. Yeah, and then I have a huge flying fish to clean up. 1-1 there as well. But no, I've been having a pretty good time here. So I believe, yeah, I've climbed back up to 1900 from around 1750 in around 30, 35 games, which I think is pretty good, right? It's going to be way harder to go from 19 to 2K, but I'm planning on it. We got a few weird ones here. I think maybe I should have won this game. There's probably a couple games I lost where I should have won, and a couple games I won where I probably should have lost. You know what I'm saying? And all of these basically had to be done on my phone because my computer has been fully occupied with rendering. Here I kind of did the same thing. Look at this. Even with a 4-squad build, I still have flea slug. Because it was like I was planning on PDF or Cobra or whatever. They gave me the 4-squad line. You got to take it. And even, it's interesting too, because I think in one of these macaque games, it was probably this one, where I had a PDF. And I think I switched it for bear. And I think that was just wrong, which is wild. I think I should just kept PDF, put a banana on this guy or something, and gone with that direction. Because then, like, this sort of works like a slug as well. Everything is, like, in terms of what a slug is, you know? This one I do the PDF and muskox line. Really early win. I really like to get these early wins. If I'm winning before turn 11, I'm feeling good. We make it past turn 11, I'm slightly worried. So if we go here, we should probably count. So games before turn 11 finished, we got 1, 2, nope, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So half of my games end before turn 11, or on turn 11, I should say. I think that's still doable for a lot of cases. The only game I did not have flea was this one. And I wonder why. This is turn 11 with a level 2 2215 warthog, level 2 manatee with crane, and a level 3 baboon. This is about the only time you probably won't need flea. Maybe 1 in 20 games, you'll get a game like this, where it's like quick baboon into quick level 2 baboon into sea lion into everything else that you want, right? And then it's just like, it's Jover from there. Five lives still. And what is this? Yeah, like, he's got some tempo, but my shit is gargantuan at this point. I get the crane too, so I got a huge melon. Yeah, not even close. But yeah, I just wanted to share a few of my runs that I've had with you, starting up Pack 4 again. So maybe a few more videos to show. And yeah, I'm playing a little bit of ranked again, of course, especially when I can't do anything on my computer. At least I can play on my phone, and then we can look at the games later. So I like that. Was there another game that I wanted to show you? A lot of these games are just kind of sick with it. This one, yeah. I went to double slug PDF flea, winning on turn 9 with level 2 flying fish. I do like flying fish, of course, because if you are able to hit that beluga, you go kind of crazy with it. Look at this, bro. He's like, nah, dude, I got blowfish. I got a bunch of dolphins. Clearly, I win this. You take out my PDF, right? I think you're still dead. I think you're still fucking dead. Yep, and the slugs just come in and clean up. Oh, baby. Yeah, potatoes also raunchy. It is so good. In a couple of turns, too, I would have buffed this up. The dolphins would have always hit the slug. I just would have got more triggers off of my PDF faster. It would have been fantastic. But yeah, let me know what you think about the state of Pack 4 with all these new changes and everything. And let me know if you play it. Let me know how you're finding it. And tell me what you think of these builds or what you think a better build would be. Or, you know, just all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Politely smack that like button's ass on your way out. And you know what? Have a wonderful day.